been talking about the physicality and everything like that. What's been the difference since you made that statement to what you're seeing right now?
I don't know if there's been a lot of difference. I think the biggest thing is that we just want accountability.
What is happening in the WNBA? We're getting back-to-back news about the WNBA's complete meltdown over Caitlin Clark. And here is the latest bombshell that is just dropped, and it is about to destroy everything.
Finally have addressed the WNBA referendum in regards to her team.
Stephanie White, the Indiana Fever's head coach, has officially crossed the point of no return. She is finally awake. She has finally spoken up. And with her one statement, she is exposing what she calls a clear plan against their biggest superstar. This isn't just criticism anymore. This is a head coach declaring war on institutional corruption.
The officiating in this league is a disaster, daring to say what everyone already knows.
Fans, they're responding to this video because she's calling out WNBA officiating.
And I am still in awe after listening to what she had to say about the corrupt officiating. And it proves this isn't about bad calls, bad officiating, but a deliberate sabotage of the player who saved their dying league.
As of right now, there is a clear agenda when it comes to this specific basketball team. There is hatred towards them dealing with these WNBA referees.
If this corruption makes you as furious as it should, just drop, expose the refs in the comments and keep watching, because we're about to reveal how Stephanie White just ended careers with this truth bomb. The core issue.
Pretty much all season long is the Indiana Fever get the black whistle. I'm gonna call it the black whistle.
The WNBA's officiating has gone from bad to worse this season. And the league is not just failing its players, but its fans as well. Every basketball fan feels betrayed because of the missed calls, which are not just having a massive influence on the game results, but on the sanctity of the league as well.
They always shoot more free throws than the Fever. They execute more plays off fouls than the Fever.
And Caitlin Clark, the league's biggest superstar, is the primary victim of this issue. Clark has double foul rate, 0 suspensions for those who assault her, and absolutely no calls on obvious fouls by the referees.
In pain after she caught that fingertip in the eye.
Caitlin Clark absorbed 17% of all flagrant fouls last season. 17%. That's double the rate of any other player.
And what did he do? Nothing. No whistle, no foul, no acknowledgement that a professional basketball player just got assaulted on the court.
Despite all this, there is a huge gap between how Caitlin Clark gets treated versus literally every other player in the league. If it's her, there are no calls on obvious fouls by the referees. And when it is her, the referees suddenly go blind.
This wasn't just another bad call. This was the moment that exposed everything wrong with the WNBA right now.
And it's not just the referees. The organization lets that happen. Just imagine an organization so corrupt that they let their biggest superstar get brutalized night after night while collecting massive profits from her popularity. That is the ultimate betrayal of everything basketball stands for. They let every other team use her as target practice with their referees' full blessing.
Rough play, targeted fouls, and absolutely no protection from referees.
The audacity, the complete lack of integrity. This is disgraceful.
And it is ridiculous. The WNBA referees are an absolute joke.
And there is evidence about the corruption that has seeped deep into WNBA. Just a few days ago, during the Aces versus Lynx game, A'ja Wilson grabbed McBride and violently threw her to the ground, which was clearly a foul, but it wasn't given. And a leaked footage went viral about secret understanding between A'ja Wilson and the referees. And a leaked audio reveals that A'ja Wilson saying something to the referee right before the play happened. She even made eye contact with the referees.
And the WNBA refs turned the other way non-stop.
This was a pre-planned and a coordinated attack. The smoking gun evidence. While White's latest statement was explosive, Her pattern of calling out officiating bias dates back to last month's press conference, where she first provided concrete evidence.
And I might be able to understand it if we were just chucking threes, but we're not. We're attacking the rim. And the disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable.
Stephanie White shattered the league's facade when she revealed the smoking gun evidence that proves this targeting is coordinated and deliberate.
Get out. You know, I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games.
So she said, "You know, I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games. You know, a -31 free throw discrepancy, and the disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable."
White didn't hold back, questioning whether the WNBA system even works anymore.
But White didn't stop there. She obliterated their entire system with facts. She said, "I thought she was fouled, and I could understand that if we were just chucking threes, but we're attacking the rim instead, and the disrespect shown to our team has been pretty unbelievable right now. It's disappointing that the NBA referees clearly have a plan against Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever, and we know that the refereeing was awful." Boom! That statement laid the groundwork, but now she has again come up with the same issue. So, this isn't just one isolated complaint anymore. This is a head coach with a documented history of calling out systematic bias. The pattern of corruption.
She got more votes by herself than 30 players combined the year before. That's not just popularity, that's a revolution. And some players in this league are trying to physically beat her down for it.
Just think about it. Imagine a player receives 1.29 million. All-star votes more than 30 players combined got the year before. She brings unprecedented revenue and viewership to the league. She sells out arenas and creates media buzz the WNBA has never seen. And what does she get in return? Targeted abuse with zero protection.
Meanwhile, players are getting body slammed with no consequences.
This is a systematic pattern of corruption that Stephanie White just obliterated with her nuclear truth bomb. The referees create hostile work environment. They oppose players.
Caitlin Clark was fighting through everything they threw at her. Double teams, physical play, constant pressure.
The league knows this is happening and chooses to stay silent. And the ironic thing is that it profits from Caitlin Clark's popularity while letting her get destroyed. The revolution begins. What Stephanie White just did is something extraordinary. In fact, it is revolutionary. She has put her career on the line to expose corruption. Head coaches face massive fines and potential suspension for criticizing officials. But just look at what White did. Finally, she looked at those consequences and said, "I don't care. This has to stop."
And we want everybody to continue to grow. This league and players are as good as it's ever been, and they are as good and as versatile as they've ever been, and we want that trend to continue to grow in all.
This is what happens when someone with integrity decides to fight back against a system that's rotten to its core. It's all getting exposed now.
Players across the league and new fans across the country, everyone's asking what is going on with the refs, Sophie said. And I'm like, I don't know, and you fining me $500 is not going to do anything.
And here's the mind-blowing part. The corruption has gotten so bad, so obvious, that major publications are finally taking notice. The Wall Street Journal just published an article that is about to destroy the WNBA's entire facade. The Journal wrote, "Instead of protecting its transformative star, the league's leadership ignores the relentless targeting of Miss Clark, treating its greatest asset as if she were a PR headache."
The Wall Street Journal in this article is calling, or at least saying out loud, that maybe Caitlin Clark's civil rights are actually being violated.
They called for federal intervention. Listen to this nuclear statement. If the league won't act to protect its superstar from a hostile environment, the government should do so.
Of the league, and just like I stated, man, there is a whole monologue of her being on ESPN.
And a few days earlier, Sophie Cunningham too exposed the corrupt WNBA referees by making a TikTok and speaking publicly on a podcast.
Stupid. Or is it slow? Maybe it's useless.
And even worse, Sophie was fined for speaking up. That puts the league's credibility in question. But instead of fixing their broken officiating, they keep fining players for pointing out the obvious. And you know that if this happens, head coaches speaking, players raising their concerns, and even countries' renowned journals publishing papers, then you know the situation is beyond broken. The call for justice.
The officiating bias against the Fever has to stop. Her team deserves better. Caitlin Clark deserves better.
The WNBA is now facing the biggest crisis in its history. They can either immediately address this corruption and fire the officials who have been systematically targeting their biggest star, or they can watch their golden opportunity crumble as fans abandon a league that refuses to protect its players.
Studio here with us. Thank you so much for taking the time. And just as I mentioned,
Caitlin Clark could bankrupt this league if she decides to pursue federal civil rights claims. Stephanie White has given voice to what millions of fans have been screaming about all season. She's provided the courage for others to speak up about this institutional betrayal. But the war is far from over.
Involving the WNBA, because now we've got an opinion commentary piece from the Wall Street Journal. Now, keep in mind, the Wall Street Journal has a readership of people that consume the Wall Street Journal across all political lines, okay?
We fans need to keep raising our voices too until the issue gets completely resolved and the corrupt officials get fired. What do you think should happen? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, because more exclusive news, inside stories are yet to come.